Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Today we've got some Battlefield 6 news and information. It's not much, but I do think it is quite significant. I'm sure you guys know about DICE LA. They're a studio over in California, and I would say that in regards to Battlefield, they're most well known for the work that they did on Battlefield 4 and the CTE. Obviously, when BF4 launched, it was in a pretty bad state, and then EA went and took that studio, made them almost a DICE support studio at the time, and they were pivotal in building the CTE, the community test environment, which eventually led to the complete turnaround of Battlefield 4 and the reason that it is the game that we know and love today. They fixed a load of bugs, they improved netcode, and they also created DLC. They put together the Final Stand DLC, they spearheaded the community map project and the Dragon Valley remake. They also worked on BF1 DLC, and I think they did a bit on BF5 and Hardline too. So an absolutely essential studio in regards to the success of Battlefield 4 as a video game and turning the whole thing around. Now, this story has a bit of an interesting beginning because in January last year, EA announced that Vince Zampella of Respawn fame, the reason for Apex and Titanfall, Jedi Fallen Order, they said that he was taking over the studio, so to speak, and the quote was that they will probably rebrand, give it a new image, and we want people to say this is a destination that you can go and make new content. And people have the idea that it's just a support studio for DICE Stockholm and that rebranding was important to show people, come and work here, we're doing some amazing things. And then Laura Miele, who is the chief studio officer at EA, said that the company expected the studio will work on and create their own game under Zampella's leadership. They can go on from a support team to a full standalone studio to create a new game offering. That was January 2020 last year. Since then, as far as I know, the only thing that they've publicly worked on was the Medal of Honor virtual reality game that Respawn made. I think they potentially did some stuff for that. Maybe, I would guess, they helped with some Apex cosmetics or something like that. But that's the context. So everyone expected DICE LA to rebrand and come out with a new game, whatever it is. And here's the twist in the story. A couple days ago, a man called Justin Weeb on Twitter started to tweet a few cryptic questions about guessing what franchise that he's working on. He said, not PBZ, not Skate, not Apex, not Jedi. Boom, correct, it's Battlefield. And then he followed up with, it's wondrous that I get to work on a game I fell in love with almost 20 years ago. The sandbox gameplay of 1942 was just amazing for its time. I look forward to hearing from all of you what you loved and hoped for in a future Battlefield game. And then in his bio, Justin is a senior design director at DICE LA, bringing some crazy to the Battlefield franchise. So this pretty much confirms that DICE LA are in fact working on Battlefield. And I've seen some people say, oh, it's a new game or it's a separate game. It's not Battlefield 6 or whatever they want to call it. But as far as I can see, I've checked all the information. Justin doesn't say anywhere that he's working on anything specific. He doesn't say it's a different game or the same game. So we don't know. It's just he's working on the Battlefield franchise. Bringing some crazy to the franchise, though, that's really piqued everyone's interest because it potentially means that more of that old school sandbox gameplay will start to come back into the new games. I'm personally all for that. I think Battlefield should just be a fun, exciting sandbox where anything is possible and it lets the players experiment with different ways to succeed or fail most of the time. So this in a way does confirm that DICE LA are still working on Battlefield. I think that's a great thing because everything that they did for the game, for the franchise, for BF4, turning things around with CTE, helping with the netcode, fixing all the bugs, making new content, the community map project was awesome. Final Stand DLC, loved that. Some of the Easter eggs they made. In BF1, I don't know exactly which DLCs they worked on, but I'm pretty sure that Apocalypse was one of them, like one of the final ones. And their maps always have a slightly different vibe to them than the Stockholm studio, and it just creates a bit of variety within the game. So I am glad that they are still working on Battlefield. Whether this is something to do with the next main Battlefield game, or is it a spin-off, we don't know, but it's very exciting for the community indeed. And that's all for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think this could be? What's been referenced here? And as Justin said in that tweet, what would you love and hope for in a future Battlefield game? If you enjoyed the video, guys, leave a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.
Say again, all units, fall back!